Hello everyone. Just getting the camera set. Hopefully it doesn't move too much. Happy Mabon, happy autumn equinox. I love this time of year, and I'll tell you it's actually quite cool out here today, but the sun is out. I brought Gizmo outside and I thought I would pull. I grabbed like 4 decks and I thought I would pull some cards, see what is coming up for us over the next few weeks. And I'm sure the next reading that I'll do, well, it'll definitely be next month. I'll try to get one in prior to Halloween, Samhain. If I don't, there will be a reading for that at the end of October. I've just been busy with some home stuff, and I've also been creating a lot of ASMR sound healing videos. I don't know why, I just feel very called to do that. I think because it's healing for myself as well. Yeah, so I just, wherever spirit, my higher self, the universe is taking me, that's where I'm going. Okay, so the 4 decks that I brought outside: Witch's Kitchen, Witch's Wisdom. I mean, hello, time of year, obviously I'm using these decks. And I also have the Halloween Oracle, but I am saving that for the next one. Divination of the Ancients, and Blessed Be. So normally when I use these cards, I sort of like save them for the end, but I don't know. I'm gonna shuffle them now. Okay, this one just fell out, so you know what? I'm just gonna show it. Another number 17 or an 8, a blessing on your love. So if one of you had a question in regards to, a love interest, or just a partner, just a question in regards to love, I'm hearing, just like, know that like the tides are changing. That's literally what I'm hearing right now. But so yeah, good things are coming in, good messages of love coming in. I'm feeling very genuine, authentic. You can trust them. So good things in regards to love coming in. And yes, that is romantic love. Love, of course, does encompass everything, right? But all right, I'm gonna leave that one out. I'm gonna leave that out. And there is a spider. You stay there. I don't want to have to pause this reading because I'm screaming because a spider decided to crawl on me. Okay, so I'm just gonna shuffle. Oh. See if I'm gonna keep looking at that spider. It's on the side of the table, like 2 feet away from me. All right, I'm gonna pull just a few cards, and I'll pull. Oh nope, I'm feeling that one. That was the bottom one, but I'm feeling it. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna pull like all the cards now. I apologize if the camera is shaky. The camera stand that I have, like, I love it. It's flexible. You can attach it to like anything. But it's a little too flexible that it does it. If something is moving, it shakes the camera. Okay. Do I want to pull from these 2 right now? I do. I do love these 2 decks, the Witch's Wisdom and the Witch's Kitchen. I mean, I use it throughout the whole year, let's be serious, but I do love these decks. That one's falling out. I love when cards like jump out or fall out, because that's like a message coming in for you, something you need to like listen to. Just like the blessing on the loved one. Like, that was a message that needed to be shared. Okay, I'm gonna save the Witch's Kitchen for after. I'm just gonna take it out of the box now, but okay. So starting with the Blessed Bee cards, first one we have here, 36 or a 9. And see, the camera's probably moving because the wind is blowing. A blessing on your wisdom. Okay, so seriously, so I get two things right off the bat with this. One, the owl. Owls are all about like your intuition. Also, getting a bird's eye view, seeing situations, seeing things from a different perspective, getting the bigger picture, not just focusing in on the tiny details that don't always make sense. Let's be serious. And don't always need your attention to. But so focusing on your intuition, seeing things clearly, differently. I also get though that some of you, I mean, well, I feel like really a lot of you, but some of you have been going through some like hard lessons. And this year, 2020, I mean, man, it's a 4-year. 2 and 2 equals 4. 4 is all about building foundations and stability and stuff like that. Putting down the stones, you know, to build your future. Where did that spider go? Oh, Lord. Okay. I don't know. I lost that spider. But so building foundations, you know, to get you to where you want to be. Sometimes in order for that to happen, things have to break down. And I will say, man, 2020 broke a lot of shit down. And there's been a lot of lessons all of us have had to learn, collectively, most definitely individually. So I feel like this whole year has been a growing pain, for that matter. You're going to be better for it, okay? I want you to know that. Next year will be a little bit better. Collectively, will be a little bit better. Will bring a lot of change. That'll be a 5-year. 22, 2 and 1, it's a 5. 5s are all about change. But you're going to be able to handle those changes better because of everything you're going through now. Hence the blessing on your wisdom. You'll have learned some things. Okay? And it could just be on just learning on how to deal with certain people. That's half your battle right there, right? But so I love this. So I feel like, you know, you got messages coming in. It's not just the owl, but you also have this crow or raven right there. You have messages coming in. You have help around you. There's other animals in this card signifying help. Don't be afraid to delegate. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Maybe that's a lesson you actually need to learn, is being able to receive help and not feeling like you have to be Superman or Superwoman and you have to do it all yourself. That's usually just a pressure, a burden you place on yourself, really. No one else actually places that on you. You do. So maybe a lesson is in delegating and learning to really receive help. Great lesson to learn, I'll tell you that. Takes time. But so focus on your wisdom, focus on your intuition. That's going to help guide you going forward, okay? Now, card to go with that. Lots. Chance. Taking a chance. Now, I love that. Okay, so when I say like really focusing on your intuition and your wisdom, and also coinciding with 2020 building, you know, your foundation and stuff like that. A lot of people, of course, think like, okay, well, if I do A, B, C, it will equal D. If I do this step and then this step, and you know, you kind of place yourself in like a box, and you kind of think like, okay, well, these are the steps I need to take to get to wherever I want to be. Not always the case. Sometimes you do actually just have to take a chance on things, even if it seems crazy, okay? Even if you're not really prepared, whether it's mentally, emotionally, even if you're just not really financially, even if you're not really prepared, if something actually does just, I don't know, if you feel called. I love the crows that we get. My family don't really like it, but I like it. But so I feel like take that as a sign. Message coming in, something you need to listen to. Taking a chance on things. What you perceive to be scary, maybe. Maybe there's an outcome you perceive. Just know that that's not always the case, that things can actually be better than you perceive. Does that make sense? And it's funny, I said at the beginning of this I wanted to pull cards for the next few weeks. Yes, I feel a lot of this does have to deal with the next few weeks. I'm really getting this between now and like February. So like the next like 5 months or so. Okay? Don't be afraid to take a chance. Actually, looking at this card, I'm going to hold it back up. Yes. Out of all these, that one stuck out to me the most. Yes. Don't be afraid to take a chance. Okay, now from the Witches. I love this. From the Witch's Wisdom deck, Witch's Cottage Security. Was I not just talking about having to do things step by step and having to feel secure and plan things or whatever? But of course, taking a chance, maybe doing something different, is actually part of the security you need. You can't predict everything. And yes, hello, psychic, saying that. You can't predict everything. Listen, if you're a real psychic, you will know that truth. Because you were not meant to. We're not meant to know everything. We're not meant to know the specific details of the hows and the whys and the wheres and the whens, as much as we all would love that. Let's be serious. I always want to know when on things. I don't care too much about how things play out. I always like to know when. And I can't always know. Not supposed to. Because it would defeat the purpose of growth, to be quite honest. There's always usually a lesson, a growing pain in there. But so, when it comes to planning and building your future, be open to the unexpected. If you want, expect the unexpected. All right? You're going to be secure in whatever you do, as long as really you're doing like what's right, what feels true and genuine to you. Does that make sense? Not doing what really other people are telling you or trying to force you to do, or because they think you should do that. You have to stick with what you feel is right for you. It's your life after all. And if you have to take, if you have kids and stuff, obviously you have to take them into consideration as well, obviously. Kids are far more resilient than you think. I'm telling you that right now, and I don't know why I needed to say that. But I think I felt like I needed to say that. Kids are far more resilient than you think. But so, you're very secure. Whatever changes are going on for you, I'm hearing you will be okay. It may not feel like you're okay right now. Things may not be okay right now. And for that, I am sorry, because, yeah, man, that sucks. Everyone is going through something. Different somethings. But I feel like as long as you can listen to your intuition, listen to your soul, or your higher self, your spirit guides, what have you, you will stay on the right path. You will have this. Also, a complete different topic with this. Not complete different, but a side note. I am getting, some of you may be relocating. I look at this and I'm like, okay, new home, new residence, which that's what I'm putting in the works. I want this. I want my own little witchy cottage for me and my gizmo. But so you guys are someone's going to be relocating, traveling. I know that there is like a band right now between different places all on this globe, which is fine. Because for some of you this could be happening right now, yes. I mean, that's fine because I feel like you're going to stay fairly local. Others, though, no, there is long distance travel. That might be a little more into the future, okay? But it's coming for you. I like that. Okay. Back to the Blessed Bee, number 23 or 5, a blessing of protection. And that goes right in line with what I had said already about the security here. That like you're protected, you're safe, you are secure, and you will be. Oh, camera's moving. Just keep following you. That's probably the best way to just to say it. Just keep doing what you're doing, even if you're not doing much, because that actually could be part of your path. Maybe right now you're not meant to be doing anything right now. Maybe right now you are meant to rest, because for all you know, 2 months time, you're gonna be busy as hell. So it's like your body, your mentality, your emotional state is saving up for the reserves. Okay? I'm just saying. You're protected. I'm hearing those you love are also protected. I'm really drawn to this, well, the green, I don't know what I want to call it, like a cape, cloak. I like the green in this. Yes, it relates to the heart chakra, so doing things that you love, you're protected when you're following your passions. Feels very healing, okay, that's also, green itself is very healing, greens and blues. Earthy though. I mean, here in New England, the weather is starting to get cooler, so you know, the leaves and everything, they're all starting to change, which is great, I love it, but I feel like just being out in nature, some of you may need to be out in nature right now. So consider that. That too is also probably part of your path. Crystal ball, clarity. It's coming in. Didn't I already mention this with the wisdom? I kind of feel like with the blessing on your wisdom card. See, I love when cards connect. These two connect. With clarity comes wisdom and action, generally. Usually there's some form of action when you get that like aha moment or something just resonates with you and you're like, oh, yeah, that makes sense, right? And you acknowledge and accept it. And then usually there's some sort of like action following it. And it turns into like a breakthrough and it's awesome and I absolutely love it. And so clarity coming in for you. Also mentioning like the owl in that wisdom card. Owls represent intuition and wisdom and clarity. You're seeing things clearly. For some of you, I'm definitely getting your empathic abilities are really like heightened right now. And even still, you don't have to be an empath as I'm saying this, but some of you, a lot of you actually, you're going to, not that judging is such a nice thing to do, you know, you don't really want to judge a book by its cover, but some of you are picking up on vibes in regards to other people that your vibes are correct. Okay, I want you to know that your vibes are correct, so you need to listen to that. Watchtower of the West, autumn, welcoming this change of season, this time of year, this reading. I love it. Oh my God, I love it. Again, I'm hearing winds of change. So things are happening. Don't focus on the pace in which things are happening. Some things take time, and a lot of things have to occur energetically before they can manifest physically, materially, okay? You need to understand that. There has to be the energetic essence of such things in order for the physical aspect of it to come. Don't worry about the time, because some things take more time than others. It's just how it is. Okay, so I look at this and it's a tower right there, right? No, your tower is not going to fall. We already had that. Collected globally, we have already had that earlier this year. Some of you healers, empaths, just people who are open energetically, spiritually, some of you are going to go into hermit mode. I don't know if I want to say shield yourself, but just to get away from social media, to get away from the ugliness of the world, to get away from media itself, because it's not just social platforms, it's the media itself. And there's a sort of hermit mode because it gets to be too much at times, just too much to process. That's okay. I need to tell you that. That is okay. A time of rest is important for a lot of you, all right? It may feel like nothing's being accomplished, but that's never the case. So some of you are going to go into hermit mode over the next few months or so. That's all right. Allow it to happen. Don't be surprised if people you know tend to talk less or want to like hang out or visit less. Because I know for some people, quarantine don't matter. So, and for others it does, which is fine, whatever. You know what, at this point, really, to each your own, because just really, I mean, just be safe, but to each your own. Okay, moving on. Number 7, I love it. It's all about luck. A blessing on the senses that gift the world to you. Oh, I love it. Also, I'm really looking at this. So we got here the crescent moon right here. And right, well, it's a little above her third eye, but that's okay. All about your intuition. So blessing your spidey senses. Speaking of, where is that spider? I don't know. Your spidey senses, or if you want to just call it your intuition, your vibes, your gut instincts, whatever you want to call it, it's totally fine. So I know, what I asked you, I get with this is a blessing on your health. That's probably a card in here in the deck. I'm not going to reshuffle and look for it, but no, I'm actually getting a lot of you over the next few weeks. Concentration on your health. That's not a bad thing at all. Oh my God, I feel like you're turning the page, if that makes sense. Okay, so I don't know if something's just been going on for a long time and you're just struggling to heal from it. There's gonna be a change. It's just gonna happen, like, boom. So I like that. So blessing on your health. I look at this card and she's got a honeycomb with a bee on it. Tasting the sweetness of life. Those are the words that just flew in my mind. Tasting the sweetness of life. Aside from honey, I also see the word ambrosia in my mind, which is all about sweetness, even togetherness, bringing things together to create something sweet. A sense of, euphoria as well. So, indulging your senses. Maybe that means you need more sleep. Maybe that means eating some yummy desserts. I mean, guys, it's like apple and pumpkin season now, right? So go apple and pumpkin picking and, I don't know, make yourself some apple pies or apple crisp or breads, pumpkin pies. I mean, apple cider donuts, those are bomb. Like, yeah, eat the yummy foods. Delight those senses. The smells, the sense of autumn. Oh my God, I love it. I want to go burn some candles. Take some time to be present and enjoy the things around you. Dowsing rods, seeker. So I look at this, so people use dowsing rods to find a water source, okay? You will actually, I've seen people who have worked for like the town water, I've seen them walking on properties holding dowsing rods, because doing so, and you'll have to like Google them, or you can buy them wherever. They'll sort of turn a little bit, and then usually when they find like a source of water, they'll open to kind of let you know, hey, here you go, rush of water, dig the hole right here. People can use this on an intuitive level as well. You can do this with other people to kind of see how open or closed someone's chakras are. You can do this as sort of like an oracle divination, kind of getting a yes or no answer, whatever works for you. So I feel like with these dowsing rods, some of you may needed to have heard that you can use these in multiple ways. But so I'm hearing with this seeking the truth. Also, I'm looking at this like she's on a path. Or that is a path, yes. This glare from being outside, that makes the picture look a little different. But so she's on a path, and granted, when I first look at this, like there's an X, right? Kind of like, don't go that way. What I say to that is a rejection is simply a redirection, okay? And you don't always need to know why you received the rejection at that time. Usually you find it later on. And usually it's either because whomever or whatever rejected you ends up telling you later on, or because you discover your redirection and that destination. You're like, oh, that's why. So much better than what I originally wanted, right? So I feel like, though, for a lot of you, this is saying you are on the right path. Keep going. For some of you, don't be afraid of the rejection. Don't be afraid of it. You're going to be redirected to something even better. And that's part of your path. Okay? Cards to go with that. Watchtower of the East. Spring. I like this. So, okay, a season that is 6 months from now. That's okay. But it's all about awakening, blooming, building, planting seeds for manifestation, for things to come to fruition, for things to grow. Okay, so, and like I spoke about already about 2020 being a year of building a foundation, like you're doing what you need to do. Okay, just trust that. I want to say trust the process, as difficult as it is. Try to. Try. Like, you'll be okay. You'll be okay. There is an awakening happening. Some of you will start noticing snippets of it over the next few weeks, but a lot of you, I feel like a lot of us aren't really going to see it until towards the end of this year, quite honestly, is how it feels, okay? So, keep that in mind. We're entering autumn, but your spring is coming. I love that. Okay, so I'm going to pull just a few cards from the Witch's Kitchen deck, just to see, get out of here, bug, just to see what else we need to know. Where did that spider go? I hope it like went under the table. Okay. Oh. Any sort of last messages? Okay. Onion, tears. What I hear with this is let it flow. Let it flow. Honor your emotions. So we were just at a new moon, right? It was just like the other day or something like other night or something like that. Because of it, I actually haven't been sleeping good this past week at all. I didn't think it was going to affect me, but oh man, did it. But so allow your emotions to come. Allow them to rise, allow them to fall. Allow the release to happen. That's part of your healing. That's part of shedding. That's actually part of your building blocks to your foundation. Oftentimes tears, well, happy tears, of course, but oftentimes tears come because something has ended. Acknowledge and accept it. Keyword there is accept it. Okay? It's part of your foundation. You need it. You don't want to be building your new life on old, shaky ground. Because the key words there are old and shaky. Let go of what no longer works for you. You're protected. It's not going to be as bad as you think. Yarrow, expulsion. Expulsion, getting rid of, releasing. What I just said, that actually goes in hand with the Onion Tears card. With the expulsion, there's also an expansion. Oh man, no, this is a great card. Yarrow, just so you know, is also really good for the skin, any skin ailments. Just so you know, yarrow, really good, especially if you make yarrow oil, which you can easily do. I will tell you real quickly. Literally, just have some yarrow, preferably fresh if you can, but if you get it dried, that's okay too. Let it sit in like a jar of, I use grapeseed oil. Let it sit for a month, 4 to 6 weeks. Keep it stored in like a cool, dark area. Occasionally shake it, and that yarrow oil will be good to dab on skin wherever you got problems and stuff. Don't ingest it. No, I don't think you can ingest it. Google that just in case, but it's better for topical use. And I'm sure you're thinking, yeah, but your skin absorbs everything, so what's the point? I look at it like it's a little more indirect. I feel like a lot of things that I've read say don't ingest it. Google it. I don't want to give completely false information, so I'm going to tell you to Google it. Do your own research. But so, yarrow is very good for the skin. Releasing, getting rid of, healing what no longer serves you. And because I had mentioned health with the other card, right? Even though this is a blessing of your senses, I also had mentioned like your health. So any health issues is releasing itself right now. Perfect. One more. Rosemary, memories. Put that down. It said that literally like sniffing rosemary triggers your brain, I don't know, through the olfactory senses. It triggers your brain and releases memories. So I don't recall. I've never actually personally tried that out, but maybe. Stop moving. Remember your old life, if you will. Don't dismiss your memories. That's what I hear with that. Don't dismiss your memories, because they are what made you who you are today. Use those memories, even if they're not so good memories. Use them to help you build the life that you want to have. If you over the years, if you have learned what not to do when it comes to some things, beautiful. Remember that. Remember why you remember that. And then build from there, okay? Memories are not a bad thing at all. And oftentimes, focusing on the good memories, well, one, it changes your mood, and that's actually generally an instant thing. It changes your mood. Doing it enough, it will actually send out the message, basically, to the universe, kind of saying, like, you'd like more things like that you can in the future remember those as well. Does that make sense? So, don't be afraid to remember the good times. And you don't always have to say, oh, I wish I had that, or I wish I could go back to that. I mean, you can, but I think just simply remembering and being grateful for that, and just being like, oh, that was fun, or she was a cool person. That's inviting more good stuff into your life, okay? All right, guys. I like this reading. To sum up, focus on your intuition, okay? Really, focus on your intuition. If you want to ask the universe, your guides, whomever, for signs, go for it. Ask for them left and right. Be specific on the signs that you want to receive, though. Don't just ask and be generic, and you're not going to know what the hell to look for. Change is upon us. Oftentimes, in order for change to happen, we have to release at least some aspect of the old, something that just no longer works for us anymore. We have to release that because it makes room for the new to come in, for what we want to come in, okay? So just know that while the releasing can happen, things can feel like they're breaking down and falling apart. And that can be a scary time, but it's to help build your future. So I look at it as actually like it's a blessing, it's a good thing. Although, at that time, I may not feel like that. Usually in hindsight. But good things are coming, and you are protected, you're on the right path. I need you to know that you're on the right path. All right, guys, enjoy the change in weather if you're able to, if you live in a climate where the seasons do change. Enjoy it. Enjoy being in the present moment. Going back to the very first card that fell out the deck. Enjoy love, or the messages of love coming in for you sooner than you think. Okay? Thanks, guys.